Hello and welcome to the show. Today I will share with you the best loadout when it comes to the SAUG in Akimbo mode. That's right, you're running with two guns and it's perhaps the most fun you can have when playing Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So with that being said, let's get right into the weeds. And so we'll start over here on the loadout page for the SAUG submachine gun. In the past, you can see I ran flak jacket, shadow, quartermaster, giving me the strategist specialty. That's all going to change for this loadout, for the Akimbo loadout anyway. And so we'll start over here under the gunsmith and the attachments. And the first attachment we'll look at will be the muzzle brakes. So under the muzzle brakes, you have a few good choices. This weapon will have a ton of recoil, so the suppressor really not a good option for this particular build out. The compensator will help you with the vertical recoil control, so that could be a choice depending on when it unlocks. The muzzle brake, first shot recoil, kick reset speed, excellent choice, probably my number 2 choice, but my number 1 choice is the ported compensator because I get first shot recoil control and vertical recoil control. So that's the one I use for this build. Next, we come over here to the barrels, and you have your gain of twist, which will help with bullet velocity. And so that's an option for this build. However, my choice will actually be a 2-for-1. I'll get the gain of twist barrel and the benefit of the long barrel damage range by simply selecting the reinforced barrel. I get damage range and bullet velocity by equipping the reinforced barrel on this build out. Now, if you jump around and dive a lot, you might want to go with the short barrel. You definitely don't need the CHF barrel. Headshots, you're going to get a ton of those anyway. So the reinforced barrel is the right barrel for this build. The under barrel attachment is not compatible, so we skip that and jump right to magazines. For magazines, again, you have a few choices. Extended mag 1, extended mag 2. That's the one I run. You can do the flip mag or the fast mag. Those are options if you're looking for a little more mobility. However, I'm just running and gunning and have the trigger pulled the whole time. So extended mag 1 with 45 rounds multiplied by 2 would give you 90 rounds would be a good option. But for me, the 55 rounds in the extended mag 2 gives me 110 rounds. And so that is the choice I would want to run with. Next, we jump to the rear grips. This is really just more of a user preference and will apply to your style of play. I don't run around, jump around a whole lot, so the quick draw grip is really going to be best for me, but the ergonomic grip, if you slide, dive, and what have you, that might be the right choice for you. For me, the quick draw grip gives me that aim down sight speed, and that's what I would be after for this build and my style of play. So that's the grip I would select for this build out. Now, the most important attachment for this is going to be the stock, the Akimbo SAUG stock. This unlocks at level 39, so you will have to level this weapon up in order to be able to run and gun with 2 of these at one time, and you'll basically have unmatched firepower by running this attachment. Next, we'll look at the lasers. You really only have 2 choices when it comes to the lasers. You have steady aim and fast motion laser. The other 3 lasers are not compatible with this build out, so you'll need to make a decision based on probably your style of play. My style of play, the steady aim laser, is probably the best choice for me, so that's what I run. Now, the final attachment under fire mods is going to be your recoil springs. That's for me anyway, to control horizontal and vertical recoil. These will be very bouncy all over the place, and you don't really need rapid fire. You're going to be going through fast enough with this as it is. And then we don't need any of the upgrades to the ammo. Again, you're going to be very close range if you're running and gunning like I am. So the recoil springs really are going to be the right choice, at least for my style of play. when I'm dual wielding these SAUG SMGs. And so there you have my gunfighter build. I'm using the gunfighter wild card, and I can only really get 7 attachments. I can't actually get the full 8 attachments. So with that in mind, perhaps we should do a build out without the gunfighter wild card. And so if we don't go with the gunfighter wild card, we need to eliminate essentially 2 options, and we could eliminate the laser and we could eliminate the recoil springs, and this would be the non-gunfighter build out. And so that would be an option. And if you do that, you'll want to change your wild card since you're not taking advantage of Gunfighter. And you can look through the different wild cards. The wild card I would choose would be Overkill. The Overkill wild card would allow me to equip with a secondary weapon that's not a melee weapon. So I could actually equip my secondary weapon instead of maybe a pistol. I could equip it with maybe a sniper rifle, an LMG maybe, perhaps a shotgun, another SMG, or maybe even an assault rifle. In this case, I think I would run an SMG because, again, the maps I'm going to be running this on, I might want to run with my SMG, and in this case, it's going to be the Tonto, and that would be my secondary weapon. And so now I would want to change my perks to actually fit this build out, which is more of a run and gun type build out. And the first perk to look at would be Gung Ho, and that would improve sprint and tactical sprint speeds while reloading. That probably is the best. Dexterity is an option if you slide and dive. Scavenger, you're going to run through a lot of ammo, so that's an option. But I think I would go with Gung Ho. Now, perk 2, I typically run Shadow. That allows me to run past traps and mines without getting blown up. So that would be an option. So let's take a look at perk 3. Now, perk 3 I think is kind of a no-brainer. I typically run Quartermaster, but in this case, I think I would switch Quartermaster to probably double time, as it will help increase my sprint time, and since I'm running and gunning, that's the right perk for perk 3. And so if we go back out, you can see I don't actually have a specialty, and the Enforcer specialty, since I have 2 red perks, might actually be beneficial because it allows me to actually temporarily buff my movement and my health regenerates. So the Enforcer might be a good combat specialty to pick up, and I would just need to change perk 2 to a red perk, and I only have 1 available, so we'll go with Assassin. Now you can see I have the Enforcer specialty, and so when I'm killing enemies, which you do a lot of when you're running and gunning with these 2 SAUGs, and so this is what the final loadout would look like for the SAUG when I'm running it in Akimbo mode. And so I think that's enough jaw-jacking for this video. If you like the video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you like these type of videos, maybe you could shoot the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, seek and enjoy. See ya.